We'll get started in just a minute when everyone gets here, okay? In the meantime, I'm going to have my coffee. You seen the blank screen still? Really? Okay, let me try and figure it out. Huh. Do you see anything there? Hmm. Not really sure why. Camera on, camera off. What do you see now? Not really sure why it's doing that. Hello? There it goes. Looks like it's working now. Do you see it? You should see it now. Not really sure why it's doing that. Hello? There it goes. Looks like it's working now. Do you see it? Yeah, there's some kind of delayed reaction. I don't know why, but it's working. Okay. So here, Jocelyn, it looks like it's me and you in this webinar right now. We got a few other people that are coming aboard. There's only probably about 12 people as part of this group, and with everybody's schedule the way it is, normally when you have 100 people on a webinar, maybe 10 or 12 will go to it. Now that we have 10 or 12 on the webinar, it's probably 2 or 3, and everybody else watches the replay. So you and I spoke today, right? Are you seeing my face now? Give me a 1 when you see my face. Okay. That was delayed before, that's all. Okay. The 465, okay, making money 465 days a year. Well, there's a couple things about making money every day, and it requires work. Right? Now, some people have jobs, day jobs. Uh, others can put more time into it than, everybody's a little bit different. Okay. But the 465 requires you to put in 2 or 3 hours worth of work every day, because when you've read the PDF, what you're doing is you're posting on Digital Point and making comments, and they're going back to your link. You can also do that on a Warrior Forum too and get some sales out of it. But it requires a little bit of work. Eventually, that can actually be outsourced too. But I want to look at the bigger picture here a little bit. What I want to use this for is a mini, list building and course writing exercise, and get a launch over or get your Digital Point going, and then WSO. So by creating copy that sells, you can stick this on the WSO. It's $20 to bump it every day. And when you bump that, what you're going to do is you're going to see sales over and over and over and over again. So I'm going to help you write the copy and get that on the WSO so you can start making daily cash. Okay, so that's number one. So essentially, with the report that you've gotten, hopefully you've gone through everything on there at least a couple different times. You want to figure out what you want to write about, internet marketing product, okay? Or when you find PLR that's really good, that you can brand with your name in it, it's okay too. You can do that. But you want to find out what you want to write and how you want to go about doing it, and then start creating the product. Now remember, the best and the most important thing is you create your sales copy with a story behind it. Now let's take a look at good old David here for a second. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so we got here's the little guy big profit system here. Okay, so we looked at this before. It has a story, right? I'm going down the freeway. I was stuck here. What this part of this story here is designed to engage people into what you're trying to do and get them to relate. It was hard. I was broke, frustrated, confused. You can relate to that, right? Well, David does the same thing. So let's go over to his stuff for a second here. Okay, let me find his. Hold on one second. I'm going to get his stuff over here. Okay. Hang on, it's coming. I want to put all this stuff together, so got all our ducks in a row here. Okay. So we'll put this here. Now let's go back to this thing. All right. Let's go back to here. I'm going to share the screen. Jocelyn says, what about writing a report and how to use ibotoolbox.com to get leads for your internet business? Absolutely. That's a great idea. But remember, you want to, the most important thing is you want to separate yourself from everybody else. Okay? That's the secret. Okay? The secret is to separate yourself from everybody else. See, David's got 2 different WSOs going. I'm going to go over both of them. All right. So in other words, imagine a bunch of birds flying in the sky, a whole bunch of birds, right? And the birds all look the same. They're in a big group. They're all white. They fly by. You might notice them for a second, and then that's it. Well, when you stand out from the crowd, you might see a blue bird that's flying above them, different color, flying a little bit differently and kind of going in the same direction. You're going to take notice of that bird. So when you copy and do everything that everybody else is doing, sure, that's easy for them to sell you this product, right? They're going to sell it to you all day long. Why? Because you're going to buy it. It looks like they're successful with it. You must be too. Well, the problem is the gurus are getting sales because they're well known. They can almost write anything. They're going to get a sale. You can't go in there yourself and try and write the same thing and get the same results. That's stuff that worked 10 years ago. And you're trying to copy them. They're better people to just say, oh, who's this new person? I'll just go get it from this guy. So you have to separate yourself from that crowd. You have to be different, not in a bad way, just different so people take notice. So always think about that in your copywriting and your, what you're selling. You want to have a different angle, a different approach. You want to be different. You want to sound different. You want to look different. You want people to take notice of you. You want to say, man, that person seems cool. Like, what do they got to offer? They got a different twist, because since everybody's looking for the answer and you come across with a different solution, they're liable to believe that you got that solution they've been looking for. The regular common person has the answer. All these gurus are just telling me a story, right? So when you're different and you look different and you offer value, you're going to get a large following, okay? Just remember that. So let's look at David over here at the Warrior Forum. Now, you notice his copy is nothing special. These are not, most copy are images. Like this here, when you can do this, of course, it's not an image. These are just words and colors that he's putting in here. And he's just writing this like on Word or something and copying and pasting it here, some bullet points or whatever. So let's look at his headlines. This is like a sub-headline, I guess, and another a main headline, and another sub-headline. So he says, are you sick and tired of buying internet marketing course after internet marketing course, only be feeling left ripped off? Well, yeah, loaded question. It seems like there is more fluff than actual strategies that you can use to start earning money now. Yeah, that's true too. 4 Hours to Freedom solves all of your online money-making struggles in one comprehensive step-by-step blueprint that ensures no BS, no fluff, pure real-life strategies that you can easily employ to start earning cash and building your online empire. After all, 3,500 fellow warriors can't be wrong. Here's his proof, right? So it's going to get you to read the next sentence from the desk. He's got his little image there, right? Longest running WSO. He's got these points in bold, okay? He's got some bullets here. You're tired of slaving away. I know exactly how you feel. It can relate to you. And you can read the subheadlines, which also tell a story. Have you tried to spend hundreds of $1,000 money-making opportunities out there? He goes over to different types of courses. Of course you have. My students had dismal results until they came across Forrest. So now here's his stuff, is the ice cream, right? And then he's going to offer some proof here, a testimonial. All right, this is an image. Now earning a couple hundred each week. I tested it and I made money with it. If you can tie your shoes, you can do this, blah, blah, blah. I'll be able to catch up on my bills and then some. It works. Let me say I made a bunch more than I invested. Has it worked? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, he's got social proof in there, right? Nice income, blah, blah, blah. But what I want you to do is take a look at this story here. And so you can see how he's writing this. And he's got a good angle. And his copy is, see, it's about the copy. It's not about like, fancy copy, right? It's just copy is what's going to sell. So let me put this in here. Yeah, Jocelyn, anytime you have a strategy that's different, you're gonna be okay. That's his copy right there. And then so I just want you to look over his copy, because your copy is what's going to sell. And we want to make sure your stuff sells. And then his OTOs and stuff like that, when you had bought it, and I'm not going to go in there and buy it again to show you his OTOs. His OTOs are just as unique. It's just on regular white paper like this, just letters and writing, and it's based on storytelling. So then he goes down and puts a couple buy now buttons in here, and you go buy it. And he goes straight over to PayPal for this, right? $37. Not a bad deal for him. He's doing pretty good with it. And then he has a couple of different buy now buttons on there. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them or something, right? So you have several opportunities to buy as you're reading. Tries to make it as much of a no-brainer and the price right so that you'll sit down there and pull a trigger. Now, see, that's what we want to do is get you on WSO also with this. See, what you have to do is you analyze what somebody else is doing and you just do it better. Now, yeah, he's making money at Digital Point, but the real story is he's making money because his copy converts. It doesn't matter whether it's on Digital Point or WSO or whatever. So without the copy that converts, you're going nowhere in a hurry. Then, and you want to get sales. So your copy has to be engaging. It has to be story-based. Like, okay, this story starts out, let's look back at the beginning of this thing here. Okay, he's engaging people. What does he say here? Welcome to the longest running thread. I'm selling a proven marketing system. You buy course after course. He starts relating to you right away. Okay, he's kind of a little story in here, but not a big story. Now, when you look at this is sales, it's like 138 pages or 139, 140 pages long now, right? Welcome to the longest running WSO ever. So that's his angle there. He didn't start out like that, but he still made sales, right? Started in 2010. That's crazy. The other website that he has over here at the Warrior From, this is Warrior From, so is this also here? Watch. Beta testers needed. Badass coaching, he calls. That's a little different, right? Badass coaching. Some people might be turned off by it, but it does definitely get attention. This was done in 2013, okay? And it's still running. Now here, he's going to go into storytelling, right? Dear Warrior, there once was a scared 18-year-old boy living homeless in the Canadian mountains during the very cold winter. Each day was a fight to survive. With ice-cold air numbing his fingers and toes, he would fight off the frostbite while he picked through trash cans trying to find some scraps of food to call a meal. The boy was constantly on the brink of starvation, and he somehow fought off the freezing cold every night. After months of living like this, the boy finally made a long overdue decision. Enough is enough. I cannot live like this any longer. I deserve more than this. I'm going to take control of my life, and I'm going to do it now. So the boy made his way to town, found a job and a place to live, and started making the changes he should have made a long time ago. Today, the boy who used to be a homeless is now a man, and he has a house, as much as food as he can eat, and best of all, he has all the money he needs and more, and he makes it all in line. Want to know the secret's true? It was homeless boy. I was the homeless boy. Okay? I have a story like that too. It's so interesting. So these stories resonate and they go on and on and on. Now, when you write this, you see he's talking in past tense, right? You don't want to write this in past tense. That's the only thing he's not doing correct. So let's do it in present tense. Dear Warrior. Okay, instead of there was once, he is scared, living homeless in the Canadian mountains. It's cold outside. It's winter. Every day he is fighting to survive. The ice-cold air numbing his fingers. He fights off frostbite while he picks through trash cans, trying to find some scraps of food to call a meal. The boy is, instead of saying was, the boy is constantly on the brink of starvation. And he is somehow fighting. He is somehow fighting off the freezing cold every night. After months of living like this, the boy finally makes a long overdue decision. Enough is enough. I cannot live like this any longer. I deserve more. So the boy makes his way to town. He finds a job and a place to live. and starts making the changes he should have made a long time ago. You see what I'm saying? You want to write everything in the first person as if you're really there, not from a memory or a thought in your brain. I'm walking down the freeway. There's a car blaring by me because my car is broken down the side of the road. He starts swearing outside the window. What a crazy bunch of drivers, I'm thinking. These guys are all nuts. Nobody's there to help anybody. They're just making all kinds of noise. I jump the fence and roll down the hill. Got to get away from this nastiness and noise. I stumble onto the local Tasty Freeze for an ice cream. I didn't have a quarter in my pocket. I asked some homeless dude for money, and to my amazement, he gave me $1. I went inside and bought an ice cream cone, and I sat there, and as I ate my ice cream cone, I realized how nice it would be to have the internet or the lifestyle that I always dreamed of, instead of struggling with nothing. It was at that moment that I changed my mind, and I decided to become an internet rock star. You see what I'm saying? You talk in first person, create images and stories, and that's what you want to do at the beginning of your story. Everyone will read your copy. You want to have the headline. Let's go back to the headline on Little Guy Big Profits here. This is in copywriting course, but you got to have something. This is going to be a real basic PDF that will sell, but you still want to have something engaging. That's why I'm sending you over to David's website. Just remember, we're talking first person. Here, look at what I wrote here. Dear friend, I was staring straight. See, I was staring straight at a massive 18-wheeler blew his horn as he whizzed by. I'm not remembering it in my brain. I remember an 18-wheeler that blew his horn as he was. No, I was in hell. Traffic. The 405. I looked around at the traffic. There were cars everywhere. You see, I'm looking around right now. I'm looking around. The freeway was jammed. It was 6 a.m. and I was headed to my job. I was stuck in a daily nightmare. What came over me that chilly and dark Friday morning, I'll never forget. The events that transpired happened here in this order. I looked around my car frantically. I saw my briefcase and my coat. I fumbled about until I finally saw my cell phone blasting away on the floor. I grabbed it and answered the call. It was my boss. Where the hell are you? He barked. I felt like I left my body as I heard myself mumble, geez, Mr. Jones, I'm stuck on the freeway. Next came the words I thought I would never hear. My boss shouted, you're fired, good luck. My jaw dropped. I began to sweat as my palms became slippery and my nerves frayed. I heard the phone click off. The initial shock traveled throughout my body, but as I sat there for a while, a calmness came over me. I felt an inner peace I had not felt in years. Why? Because I'm going to start internet marketing, right? I'm going to start living my own dream. So you want to write in first person. All right, so that's enough about that. Again, you got a separate copywriting class for this year. So he's selling here. The point on this one is how he wrote it. I want you to read both. I'll give you the address of this one too. And I'll also have a web page for this, which will be ideas2.html, and I'll put that out in the email with these links in it. But you want to write from a different angle, a different perspective. Remember, the copy is what's going to sell this thing, okay? And, the PDF has to be good enough where, you want to help people, and you certainly don't want any refunds, so you have to put some time into that too. But what's going to happen here, this is going to be like a mini launch for you. So we're going to not only do digital point and get traffic and sales there, we're going to start a WSO and start your branding right here. It's a great way to start branding while you're creating your bigger product. Get your WSO started, get money coming in every day. Just bump the thread every day, get more money coming in, deal with people, and then I'll show you how to offer other services to them so that your list, you'll be able to not only grow, you're going to be able to offer other things that they're going to be interested in too. So on this assignment, this is a quick introductory half-hour webinar here. What I'd like you to do is have your product ideas developed, okay, what you're going to write about, and then also for the eBay product idea, okay, what you want to compete with on a selling helpful cream or something of that nature on eBay, because we're going to do both of these here. And then I want you to book an appointment with me on our appointment booking site. I don't have the address here right now, but I'll get that to you in the email. And I'm available in the afternoons or from 11 to 5. You'll book a 10 or 20-minute call with me, something like that, where we can discuss your ideas. And then what I'll do is I'll put you in the right direction to get your PDF report started. When you have PLR like Jocelyn and you want to do PLR is okay, as long as it's good enough. And I'd like to see it before you actually put it out there, because you want it to be reflective. You're branding yourself, so you want to make sure what you have is going to work. Okay, there I am again. I've been on this computer all day. So this is just a short class. I'm going to put together like a little syllabus thing for this of what we need to implement. But the first thing is first having your product, okay, what you're going to write about, and then realizing how you're going to put it together so we can get over to Digital Point and we can get over to the WSO and release this product. Now, you can do all this in about a week and a half's time as long as you work on it, and then start generating cash daily, every single day, okay, by implementing these strategies. All right, I'm going to sign off on that because I'm done for the day here. And Jocelyn, I'll talk to you more about the Facebook. Also, we got the Facebook group started for this. I sent an email out. I'll send another email out, and I'll also have that on the ideas.2html. And Jocelyn's going to help me out with that as a moderator. And we're gonna rock it, okay? All right, I'm gonna sign out, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, have a great night.